And welcome back. This is your man Warrior, and we are going to be doing a little bit of Conquest. Today is day 3, or day 4. I think it's day 3 for me. On the first day, I was able to bust it out and get Sector 1 and half of Sector 2 done. And then I went in and did the rest of Sector 2 and part of Sector 3 yesterday. I've been trying to be more meaningful with what teams I'm using specific, so I can kind of proactively go after some of these feats while I'm fighting. I'm gonna kind of start with the cards that I'm using so people can see what data discs that I'm using. This is a great combination. It's been known in the past, and it's just something I've used in the past, but also it's just a really great combination to get. The only downside to it is sometimes the characters you're fighting actually die from dots instead of you, and so you don't get credit for the kills. And so this is something you want to consider. Sometimes you'll have to take your data discs and get rid of them for that purpose if you're needing to get specific number of kills, or be very mindful of how you're killing an individual. But they basically kill themselves by taking turns. With Volatile Accelerator, when an ally deals damage to them, that enemy then gets faster. They're going to gain turn meter, and they gain 2 damage over time. So we're speeding up the process of allowing that dot to damage them. And this can't be resisted or evaded. Now, you only need 1 Volatile Accelerator because it doesn't stack. Then the Amplify Agonies are the ones that you put with it. I've got 1 crappy one and 1 good one, but these do stack. And so basically we're doing about 11.5, a little more than 11.5 damage whenever an ally inflicts a debuff. So you're going to do the 2 damage over time. So each one of them does this. And so you're doing, the damage can't defeat the enemy. Of course, they do die from it. I don't know why it says it can't defeat the enemy, because they often die from these dots pretty fast. So this is about 22% of max health damage, 23% of max health damage that gets done every single time Volatile Accelerator is put in. So you deal damage. Now, to make it even worse, you use Perseverance, which then anytime you attack out a turn, you attack again. So you attack, do 2 debuffs, you attack again, do 2 debuffs, that's 4, that's 40% instead of, or 20 times 2 is about 46% damage. Now I had 2 dot spaces, and normally I like to use a single dot for protection recovery and a single dot for health recovery. But I don't have those yet, so I'm using Zealous Ambition, which gives healers and supports offense equal to their health. Not really a super fan of this one, but it does, for certain team comps, work really well, such as Jedi Master Luke or whatnot. Snorting Kittens, what's up, Warrior? Glad to catch the stream. What is going on, brother? Okay, so we're going to go in. I'll show a little bit. Let's see, Sector 1. Probably do a couple of battles in here. I've 3-shot everything. I did all the special, and so everything's good to go. I need 10, and the 10 are going to come over time from this. Defeat 50 enemies with Clone Troopers. There's a couple of Clone Trooper teams you can use. And win 14 battles with no supports in your squad. That's pretty easy, actually. I normally try and do like 5 a day. I didn't do any yesterday because I was plugging through trying to get as far as I could. But we could do a clone army one, and you can use gas for this. Gas works great. Just make sure that you allow for your clones to do the killing and that gas doesn't finish them all off. He does ramp up the damage quite a bit, so you got to be a little bit careful. And then you want to pick, of course, a team. But with the particular combination of stuff I have, this particular team doesn't provide a ton of dots, so that's really good, actually. You don't want them to do too much. And we could do like gas versus gas, or we could do the geos. And so why don't we try the geos? Archangel, hello there. What is going on? So we'll just pick the 500 first. Whoops, went too far. And it looks like, because I haven't used them in a day, they're already completely recharged, which works really, really well. I didn't do, the first day I did 3 50s and 2 of the 100s, and then for refreshes. And then yesterday I only did 2 or 3 of the 50s. I never got into the 100s. So that's why I didn't get quite as far. So Wolf offense, or tenacity up, which really won't matter if they dispel it. So we need to hurry up and start moving on these guys. There's the 2 dots. And then we'll call gas. We're going to try and get this tank down pretty quick. And we'll throw the bomb just to hurt them all. Now, here's where that dot killed them, and it's not supposed to. And I got to be really careful because gas gets to go against. This kind of sucks. We're just going to do this. Unfortunately, he gets the kill, which sucks. And they're dead. So there's going to be 2 or 3 that'll be credited towards clones. You got to be careful with gas. And like I said, I'm having a hard time with this specific set of... It makes it really easy to get through a lot of the nodes. The downside is it makes it very difficult to actually get the kills when you're looking for the kills. Starting Kitten says this will be your first conquest on hard mode. Ooh, that is going to be difficult. I inflated my roster a little to do it. I'll be happy just to reach the first box. Crazy how much better the rewards are. Yeah, the absolute worst rewards in this section are going to be better than the best rewards in the last section of normal. The same is true with easy. The worst box in normal is better than the best box in easy. So if you can fly it, you definitely want to try it. But you do have to get through this. And the thing is, the cards are what make this, you know, easier, if you will. So yeah, there we got a couple of kills. So we're going to go ahead and move on. We're going to go to another section because I can do those without, you know, the stream and stuff. So, all right. Let's move into section 2. Section 2, I need 15, it looks like. I need, 15. And there is a couple from here that I have not got, and that is win without using any Jedi, Sith, or unaligned Force users. So we can go ahead and do that. A really easy team to get that on the first 3 nodes is just droids and just the generalized, you know, droid team that you're probably pretty accustomed to using. And if you really want to, you know, tank it up and make it a little bit easier to win, you can always bring in Wat Tambor. Let's go to Separatists. He makes it the team basically invincible. So this will work pretty well. And yeah. Let's see. We've got auto mixer. I think. Yeah, the speakers are on. Cool. All right. Making sure the speakers are on for you guys. All right. So the first thing is tank tech on the tank. That way they just fruitlessly attack the tank. And even if he dies, Watt can bring him back. We're going to try and debuff them. Debuffing with this team is insane. We're going to go ahead and cleanse our tank, and they're going to die really quick with this. And we'll credit his kill, and let's just keep going. It's just an overwhelming display of destruction. And as soon as they take a turn, they'll kill themselves anyway. That's just how it works. And we can do health on Grievous, which really helps. And yeah, I didn't even lose any protection. And he went to go take a turn and died. Like I said, the dots are not supposed to deal damage enough to kill them, but it does. So there's without any hokey religions. They're really trying to keep you from using your Jedi teams, your Sith teams, things like that, or the unaligned Force users, such as like the Kylos and stuff like that. So I get it. And then let's see if there's anything that's not 3. I think I got 3 through all of them. So now I need 12. So these must be worth 6. No, they're worth 5. Wonder why. I'm down 2. That's weird. I'm going to have to look and go find it. I must have missed it somewhere. Gaining stealth is real easy. And in this section, what I was doing to get armor shreds, stealth, and without losing a unit is I use Jedi Master Kenobi, or some variant of that. Now, if you don't have Jedi Master Kenobi, you can use Padme Lead, but the goal is to take in any armor shred characters. You can take in Gas, he armor shreds. You can take in Cam, he armor shreds. You can even take in Sabine, she armor shreds. You can take in Zalbar, he armor shreds. You can take in Cam if you have him, he armor shreds. So there's a bunch of armor shred characters, but I try to stay with the armor shred with Jedi. So that's Cat, Cam, and if you have JMK, if not, you can do a Padme Lead for that because Padme really helps with those characters. I haven't done the Night Sister section yet. I need to spend 3 days doing 5 battles each, but with Night Sisters, you really want to find a GG team to take out. And I think pretty sure I didn't have a single General Grievous team in the entire bunch. Maybe I did, but I doubt it. It was really weird. I had a lot of the same compositions. There's one. Now, it does have Wat Tambor. He does make the battle a little bit more difficult. It's a little more difficult, for sure. Takes a lot longer to get things going, but Night Sisters can still pull it off. And you can always run Daka lead. A lot of people don't know that the Daka lead works very, very well, but it does. And I prefer the stun for control because people will die and they'll cleanse themselves naturally through the death. And so I know a lot of people love Talia, and Talia does work very well, but my Talia is very strong. It takes her a while to die, so she's not going to get Daka ramped up quite as fast. So for here, it's a moot point. He's going to get healed anyway, but we're going to do that anyway just for getting the ball rolling. We're going to take their heal over times. We're actually going to move over here, and we're going to try to get the stun so he doesn't pass any more of the good stuff to anybody. And because of the ramping damage with the debuffs, this team is an insane debuff-heavy team. So we'll go ahead and try and stun. There we go. There's a death. Let's go ahead and put some defense down. That's okay. We've only had 1 loss so far, or 2 losses so far, so we haven't even triggered our ability to bring them back. We're going to get it win without any losses. I mean, normally you have to use Daka to bring them back. I didn't even have to use Daka's heal ability on that. So, what's up? It's Mary J. What's going on? So yeah, that's basically the team that I would use it against. If you're ever going to do the battle, where was it? So it's at the very bottom of that, right before gas. Let's see if there's any other teams. I'm just curious. That's really the best one to use it against. The other thing is it's really good practice for like if you're doing territory wars or Grand Arena. Now, you have to take the cards off. You have to take the cards off if you want a fair battle, and it does make it way more difficult because these characters will be ramped up, but it will teach you. If you can beat a ramped up team with very little cards or no cards at all, then you'll do really well in Grand Arena. And the first time we did this, I practiced it probably 100 times just to become like a master with my Night Sisters. So it'll give you the great strength to be able to go in and have confidence against a lot of those GG teams. Now, if it's a nuke team, you're going to want to do Daka lead. Daka lead gives Daka way more health. It gives everyone more health, but her specifically. So that's something you're going to want to have. So here, again, we're going to try and get the stun. Didn't quite get it. And since I can't get over to Wat, we're going to go ahead and spread this. Because Wat is our problem. That's okay. There's the crawl. The only thing you should be worried about. And we'll go ahead and do this mass assist, killing him. And there's my second. Let's go ahead and do defense down on General Grievous. And he kills himself with all of the dots from the debuffs. So, yep, you can come in here and do a number of battles to get it going. I'll do some more later offline just to kind of get it down. I try to go to 40 or 50%. So that way I can get, 5 to 7 of these a day. So those will be probably, one of them will be, the stealth will be easy to do. The other thing is you can bring in the alternate, instead of spirit, you can bring in the one that stealths, and you can get some extra stealth out of that as well. I think Sector 2, I'm missing 2. I think that's from the middle battle of Gas. So let's go to Gas, because I think that's where it's at. Yep, that's where it's at. And this is, it's not even Gas, it's Jedi Knight Anakin. Yeah, they're heavy hitting, but it says win with Aura Singh, Dengar, and Bosk. So let's try that. Aura Singh, Dengar, and Bosk. Bounty Hunters. Bosk. Aura Singh. And Bosk. And Boba Fett. Was it Boba Fett? What the hell? I totally forgot. Aura Singh, Bosk, and someone else. Yeah, Dengar. Good God, Dengar. Okay. Yeah, it's not the ideal bounty hunter lineup for sure. You could do Aura Singh lead, but against gas or against this really powerful team, it might be not enough. We probably won't get stuck behind anybody, but he has a cleanse just in case. And then we'll probably break out Boba Fett because we want him to do a bunch of the kills. And we get credit for Boba Fett kills. I don't really want the others to do the killing. Crazily enough, the dots will do most of the killing. So we got to make sure that like the AoE blast does a lot. So we'll get Frenzy up. Really easy to get Frenzy if you use this team or a variant of this team during the Frenzy battles you have to do. We're going to go ahead and do the middle. There's nothing to dispel, but we'll get the mass assist. Dead. Hope someone got credited for that, like Boba Fett. We'll do another Frenzy again, unnecessarily, just to make sure that we have it up and she used it. So let's get rid of her. We'll do middle, and then blast gone. That was a non-crit for 30,000, pretty good. And then let's just throw some debuffs, and we'll give him the kill. And let's do a mass swarm, hoping that Boba gets credited for the kill. And it was too much Bosk. So there we got the other two. And we can move on to Section 3 and start clearing Section 3. There's a bunch in Section 3 we can do, but these feats will be easy enough. Again, I only need 3 more stealth. I can get that superficially, and the Night Sister Squad will be easy. In Section 1, both of those are pretty easy. I try to spread out, if there's like do 14 battles, I try to spread that out over 3 or 4 days, like 4 or 5 battles. It makes it less stressful if you just come back and do a little bit each day. It lets the characters get strong again, as long as you're mixing it up. So Sector 3, I can't remember what we are requiring for feats. I have to look again. I always forget. So Rebel Fighters, my Rebel Fighters are super OP. We can do that. I'll show you one of those. Bad Batch. Surprisingly, Bad Batch are amazing, but they have to have a specific team comp to go against. There's a lot of teams in here that are in round 3 that are really fast. And if they get the jump on Bad Batch, they just screw Bad Batch, and Bad Batch dies. And I've got a 337, which isn't super impressive, but 337 Echo. And a lot of times I'll be outsped and Echo will die. So the stagger, where I'm getting that from is actually taking my Sith, and you can, you've got the AoE stagger that comes from your Fallen, Basti Fallen. So that's one of the best AoE staggers in the game, especially because most of the time it lands because of the debuff centric. Now, it looks like I'm going for the option to look at both cards. And so to do that, you have to go here or here. You have to go here first to be able to look at those cards. And so we're going to look at here. Looks like I could get some stagger with this and do some Sith. So let's go ahead and try Sith real quick. Actually, I mean, Sith is absolutely great. Do I have Star Killer yet? No, I don't. If so, what's your opinion on it? Well, I feel like with all of his, if you have the Grand Arena parts on him, he's basically on defense, he's basically a GL. There's some stronger GLs, some weaker GLs. I am facing him every single battle. Today's the first Grand Arena tonight. It will be the first Grand Arena that I have not had to face him. It's an absolute nightmare. He is absolutely a perfect character, and you can use him on offense. He works very well. I know that Arnold T101's done a video where he used him on offense and took out, I think, Galactic Legend Ray, which is nuts. It wasn't an optimal Ray team, though, just putting that out there. I've seen people lose on offense against the Ray teams that are better modded. and better, you know, relict. But on defense, you cannot underestimate it. And the worst part is there's really no data to support what works. Really, the only thing I know, the way I kill him is CLS. CLS works really well. CLS is done really, really well. It says the playbook, which is Fatal, who's in my guild, has killed a lot of Galactic Legends with Star Killer. That I'd like to see. Haven't seen any of his videos, but I'm sure it's great. So it's really good to keep on offense. Ironically, most people that have it set it on defense, and then I have to fight it, which is super annoying. So this team I don't think is going to be super fast. So let's try him on Mothma team real quick. So I want to try that so you can see the Mon Mothma team. It's actually pretty good. Kyle Katarn, I do have him finally, so that's good. And as soon as I get somebody, I can 7 stars from I was farming them through crystals. You know, you can get them immediately. So let's go to Rebel Fighters, and of course we're going to use Pow, Kara, and Scout. Yeah, if he can kill 3 of 6 on offense, that's amazing. I mean, he frees up your ability to be able to put another stronger Galactic Legend on defense. And yeah, I will have to go check out Fatal's videos. Oh, they were faster than me. That's not good, but that's all right. Let's go ahead and move over here. He's really our biggest threat. We're going to put speed up on all my characters, which is really important. This is also a debuff heavy team. We're going to turn meter reduce and possibly kill him. 18, 24 debuffs. You really want your guy to kill him like that. You want your characters to get the kill, so like that. You want the death to be on them. Nest is a little more difficult. I didn't even think about that. You got to wait for her to come out of her bonus protection, so that's going to suck. But you can get so many dots on her that she ends up just keeling over. I think I did that in one of these battles. Let's see. How was your New Year, man? It was really, really good. I enjoyed my New Year. Got to spend a lot of time with family, which is really what's most important, I think. And so, yeah, let's see. 94 of these. When she comes out of her thing and has no more bonus protection, there's 52. Took a ton of bonus protection out of there, by the way. We're going to do full auto. I think I can get the stacks up into the hundreds. I think that's how I won last time. It's definitely more difficult with her because she takes her turn and it kills all the bonus protection. But you can get those up. Let's see if you can get the stun, and I did not bring my stunner here, so that's probably my issue. Got 60. Get it up higher. This may have been the wrong team for MM. I think I have won this, though, before with Enfys, but I had the stacks at almost 200, which she just died. She just keeled over and died, and that's the amount of stacks were enough. But I was able to stun her, and that's the thing. I'm not stunning her, so because you got to stack up an insane amount, and then it's just so many that she dies. Yeah, this might not be a win. I'll probably have to take in the team I was planning on taking to begin with. Not quite getting over 100. So, all right, we're gonna do this. And let's see really quick. Force influence. Yeah, the can't counter attack is actually pretty good. Not thinking we're gonna have enough on the stacks. All right, let's just relegate ourselves to losing 20 energy. That's okay. You're making popcorn and your oldest says, I hear popping. That's awesome. All right, we're going to keep coming here because we have Nest. What was the other? We'll do the purchase. What was the other team I was going to do? I'm trying to remember. Oh, Sith Empire. One of the for sure things you can do on a team like this too is bounty hunters. You got to do your bounty hunter team battles anyway. And so the goal is just to keep them durable and bring him in, and let's bring, I think Aura Singh is one of the requirements. It's like Aura and Boba. Let me double check. I hate that you can't just like click a button and look. Let's see, full squad of bounty hunters, yes. Fennec Shan, that's right. Boba Fett and Fennec. Fennec Shand is going to be very, very important to the Book of Boba Fett, Fat Man Boba, Dad Bod Boba. So if you don't have Fennec Shand, you should be farming her for sure. Yep, so Boba, Fennec, and the Mandalorian. That way, if we get stuck behind the never-ending bonus protection, you can just evaporate her. There's a lot of other teams, though, that can do enough damage that once she's stunned and comes out of stun, you can just do a massive hit that kills her. But you're going to have to be able to do a ton of damage. So a lot of times we would start out with the mass attack. But what I'm going to do... Oh, my goodness, I'm going to lose. We're going to taunt. Please don't die. Oh, my gosh. Holy Lord. Okay, we're going to pick something else. That did not go as planned. So fast if they get the jump. I'm just curious if we can beat them on speed by putting another Boba Fett lead, a different Boba Fett lead in there. We'll do Mando. Let's do Mando lead. And I just want to see if we can outspeed him. I'm not worried about the speed. We're going to just try it. Romo, Lanu. Yeah, Archangel, ouch. I'll show you my data discs, but my data discs have nothing to do with speed. Oh, I did not outspeed them. That really sucks. We're going to die way faster now. I was hoping to get the extra 20 speed would be enough to start. Because if you can start, you can win. Actually, no, let's not forfeit until I have lost my whole team. Let's go ahead and do this. We'll go ahead and we're going to take him out. And no one's dazed but him, so we'll do this and everybody will kill him. And then let's come over here and let's mass assist. We might actually win this. We survived that initial onslaught. And then let's see. Okay. Let Boba Fett do the killing. Ugh. Yep. Okay. Almost. Not quite. Let me show you the discs for anybody that came in late, so you can see what the method to this madness is. Oops. Inventory. So I have Volatile Accelerator. So every time you damage them, they get turn meter. So they're going to take their turn faster. You actually want them to do that because as soon as they get the turn, they do 2 damage over times, which can't be resisted or evaded. And then Amplify Agony, you actually, every time you inflict a debuff on them, it deals max damage of about 11.5% with these two. And then because a lot of my characters do debuffs on their basic, Perseverance allows them to attack twice, which does a couple of debuffs, which then allows for 4 dots over time, which allows for 44% damage. And then I have 2 extra slots. I like to have a health regen and a protection regen. In fact, I'd win that last battle if I had health and protection regen, but I haven't even seen those. They're 1 each, and you can get them ultimately in blue, and they're amazing. But I don't have either one of those, so I'm using Zealous Ambition to gain offense equal to the health. So, yeah, I wish, Snorting Kitten says, I wish my Old Republic team was like that. Me too, Old Republic. Let's use my Sith Empire. So I was going to actually, that was the original thought, was using Sith Empire on this. And actually like doing this. So debuff heavy. The debuffs are murderous. As long as we don't die on the initial salvo, we're golden. Did they change Perseverance back, or is it still nerfed? It, in my opinion, isn't nerfed. We want to make him do less damage. We want to make her do less damage. And we're going to go after him here in just a second. Oh yeah, goodbye. So they're just going to kill themselves. That retribution. Now, if I had bonus protection regen, it would be a no-brainer, easy peasy lemon squeezy type battle. This is easy. And unfortunately, I only get 3 people with that debuff inflicted because she went a little slower than I was hoping for her to go. So we're trying to get stagger. AoE stagger from Fallen Basti is really the way to go for that. Perseverance has been about the same since I started using it 3 or 4 conquests ago, and it just allows you to take a bonus turn. So it does less damage, but the bonus turns, again, if you have someone who applies a debuff on basic, like ability block or something like a debuff, with these cards, it's crazy. So, all right, I need to do this one right here, and we need some Bad Batch battles. So let's do Bad Batch. Although I think that's in section 2, we need Bad Batch. There we go. We have to beat them to the punch, so if they beat me to the punch, it could go south, but normally, even if they go first, they don't kill something right off the bat. It's one of the few teams that takes time to ramp up. So there we go. And we're going to come over here to Annie. Annie, are you okay? Have I applied any Omicrons? Look at that. Oh, that was pretty funny. Okay. I have to regenerate some of the health on some of my characters. I have 1 Omicron, and it is a Territory War specific Omicron on one of the new chicks. I'm trying to remember which one. Mara Jade. Yeah, it's Mara Jade. That Omicron is really great. All right. Let's see. I almost killed them all, though, by the way, with... oh, that's not good. With the debuffs on the initial debuffs. The initial debuffs can kill them if you just... I should have probably targeted Padme, just simply because Padme is the reason why I lost this battle, because she was able to destroy them. But that debuff right there is absolutely amazing. Yeah, so 1 Omicron, and then I have 3 more. So I only have earned 4. That's it. But I don't pay for all the stuff everyone's paying for to get all the extra Omicrons and all that kind of stuff. So I have 3 saved up as well, and then I've only been able to use 1. So I'll have to come back and clean that up. Probably could have done it if I went after Padme instead of Annie, because Annie dies naturally. But let's take a look at these cards. So there's an Amplify Agony blue. I have 1 blue and 1 white. So I really want to replace the white one with that blue one. So that would be a good card. That's the one I would go for on there. And then here, trash, trash, trash. So we're definitely going to go here, and the only way to get there is to take the top route. So let's go ahead, and we're going to keep doing the Sith team for now, because I want to get the AoE debuff. Boba is going to be amazing. In Territory Wars, he is going to be able to kill GLs. At least that's the theory crafting that's out there, is that he's going to be equal to a galactic legend. So it's going to be amazing. But the only downside is outside of GL, or outside of Territory Wars, how good is he going to be? We're not 100% sure. Now, she attacks every time somebody else takes a turn, so I want to make sure I reduce her attacks, because that could be bad. And luckily, I don't take the same damage with debuffs, but they will, with the true damage, jack me up pretty good. So let's try and get rid of Echo before I lose my team. Bad Batch does take out Sith pretty well, though. I have noticed in the past that happened to me, where I've lost to the Bad Batch. They're really overpowered. It's pretty quite amazing, actually. All right. Oh, they have tenacity up right now, so it's not going to apply. That's really a tragedy. Let's get everybody. Oh, there's only... Everyone's dazed. That was a waste. Death Mark. Have 1 tenacity up. 2 tenacity up. He's only going to get 1 applied, but the battle's almost over now. It really sucks. I attempted. Hopefully they give me effort on E for effort. Even though it was resisted. Bop. Yeah, that was a close call. They're really, really powerful here. Skywalker Vader says, Warrior, how's your Grand Arena going? I'm getting my butt kicked to the curb. I'm usually seeing GLs 2 or 3 more than I do. Wow, that is meaning you're doing very well. It has a natural rise or attrition based on how well you're doing. And so I've seen people at the highest end that had, no ultimate on Lord Vader, and somehow they were still able to pull out the win. My guess is most of those people are doing efficiency battles where they're leaving maybe 2 GLs on defense, 1 or 2 GLs on defense, a bunch of really overpowered other teams, and then just going for the gusto and trying to get the max banners they can. Yeah, so let's see. Rey, on the other hand, her days are numbered. She's definitely top 3. She can beat mirror matches. She can beat Kylo. She can be used in the right comps to destroy Jedi Master Kenobi. And then, I think Lord Vader is a very difficult battle for you with Rey, and I think C is a very difficult battle for Rey. But if you put the right comp together, I've seen it. So it's definitely interesting. Romo says protection disruption against Rey is going to be good, is what I was trying to say. Yes, for sure. Her days are numbered as far as that goes with territory wars. A lot of teams putting her on defense, and that was kind of one of the more staple defenses. But with Boba Fett, he's definitely going to, that and JMK both have a lot of that bonus protection. So Boba Fett's really targeting those 2 top defensive tier teams, which is going to make him insanely important, and his team. So make sure you have those who you're going to end up putting in that team. And we know Fennec Shan, for a fact, is going to be in that team. They've left her marquee event open for over a month. That tells you something. They're saying, listen, get her now. Yeah. Okay, so let's see. I'm probably going to lose the jump. They're at this point in Sector 3, every team is faster than me. I would love to get a card that's 2 that gives me a bonus speed and stuff, but I haven't seen those in many a conquest. And part of it is my teams. Now, if you put a certain leader in the lead with Bounty Hunter, it actually gives you turn meter when they get debuffs. And so there is a specific Bounty Hunter comp you can do that really can walk through anything. But trying not to use that right now. I tend to use that when I get in lower sectors, and it's really, really difficult. Yeah, so let's see. These guys. What I really want is the Omicron on my Jawas, Chief Nebit or whatever, or not, whoever it was. I think maybe it's Chirpa, but I thought it was Chief Nebit. But anyway, where everybody gets all that regenerative ability, really makes them more Grand Arena or Conquest mode-ish, and they're much more durable for using them on offense against some of those teams like, the Geos and things like that. It keeps them all alive, and you get more points. So basically it keeps you a higher banner count, and Geos suck. So like having them as a team to use on offense is phenomenal. Working against Mon Mothma teams, things like that. All right, they're going to do a ton of damage. I'm thinking that we should do Jedi for this, because they're going to get a ton of turns over us. Let's see if they're faster than, like 570. Probably. This is where we determine how fast these characters are in Sector 3. All right, they're at 75% turn meter. Okay, good. So we're trying to ability block them all. This will be way overpowered. Oh, they cleansed. That's all right. We're going to take so many bonus turns. Boy, he's a champ taking all that, isn't he? All right, let's go ahead and first do this. Start passing that. And let's stun them. And we can mark him and make it end his life. And that's all you really need is a turn, and you're fine. Oh, they just dying on their own accord. All those dots. And goodbye. Or now. Yeah, there's the bounty hunter lead. Every time somebody gets a debuff, you get turn meter. That's a really, really, really good team. You don't even have to have a bunch of awesome scoundrels underneath. This is the one I wanted, Amplify Agony, because it's going to clean up these Amplify Agonies. So we're going to take the white one out and put the blue one in and confirm that. And so now I've got a blue and a green Amplify Agony. So I want another blue one. That'd be cool. A blue Volatile Accelerator would be nice. And then some bonus protection, bonus health, regeneration would be really nice. Yeah, Gamorrean Guard to have Armor Shred. They really should do a rework on him. It would be really nice if they did a Omicron on him that was just insanely overpowered, so that way anybody that has him could actually use him. That would be really cool. Let's see. We could use the same team. We can just keep stomping through this. That's my second refresh. Since I've got it in, we'll just use it to... Let's see. I want to make sure I'm going towards one of the feats at least. So Rebel Fighters, Stagger, and Bad Batch. Well, Stagger was with the team we were just using, and Rebel Fighters were about halfway done. Bad Batch, we've only done 2. Bad Batch this round, I found, was very difficult to get all the Bad Batch victories because, like I said, the teams were outspeeding my Bad Batch team. So I've only been able to do a couple of, like one battle a day or two. We're just going to keep punching through, try and get to Sector 4. All right. Going to refract all that damage back to me. The good news is I've got Healer. I'm not a super fan of that, though, with the Padme teams refracting all that damage back. The Retribution. All right, let's try to ability block, single target hit. It ability blocked her. That is really important. We're going to go ahead and call you, my friend. And let's try and stun everyone. Game friend. Oh, and they're just going to die. Which we need to have happen anyway because he's about to die with that hit. That was a lot of damage on that hit. Yeah, those cards really work well for just kind of chomping through if you're trying to just unlock and open up areas to do those feats. Sometimes you got to focus on feats. Sometimes you just got to keep plugging along. Again, I want to see what these are, but more than likely, almost always I like this middle one. Because the bottom one almost always has small stim packs, which I don't use stim packs, but if I was to decide I needed a stim pack at the end of a conquest to try to finish a feat, the medium ones are better. And this one always has 2 mediums, and this either has 2 smalls or a small and a medium. I don't know why. And then sometimes this actually has faction-specific like pimp cards that, like, you put it in there and it like all your faction does some really cool stuff, where this one is less likely to have those. I don't know why. But anyway, I still like to follow the pattern. Although there's probably going to be some easier teams up top. I say that and it's like, nope, but they're putting Padme regardless. That'll be an okay team. Night Sisters. Okay, so we'll just keep going. Geos, they're definitely going to get the jump. We know that because they did last time, and we have now less of our energy or of our stamina. All right, let's ability block. Hopefully I get it to land. Nope. The leader is going to cleanse everybody. Once he takes a turn. There it goes. Cleanses. There's the second cleanse. I do love that they use both cleanses, Poggle's cleanse and everything automatically. That is crazy they're going to kill him. The good news is if they do kill him, he'll regenerate. Geos are pretty overpowered. I'd love to have the Geos like this. Okay. Let's go ahead and first do a heal. Second, let's stun. Third, let's pass. And then let's do bonus damage. It's AoE. Heal my guys. And let them die off by themselves. Goodbye, 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 goodbye. Gotta gain control. That's all you gotta do. And those characters are so fast. Going first against a GL that has 570 speed. I know I was at 80%, so I lost 20% of my speed, but still that only puts me into the, high 400s, and they're outspeeding my team. So high 400s, man, that's pretty crazy. All right, Padme, same thing. We can survive a Padme onslaught. With the new Relic 9s, it's really important everybody focus on Armor Shred characters. Any character that is Armor Shred should be at Relic 5 minimum, because the tanks, just generalized tanks, are going to start catching Relic 9s at the high end. And it's crazy how much better Relic 9 makes them. So if you have those characters that can do that. There we go. The two people I needed to die died. If he dies, he dies. We'll stun. This should do a lot. Yeah, Royal Guard at Relic 9 is amazing. All right, let's kill him. And they kill themselves. Yeah, that new card is way better than that old card, man. It went from white to blue, and it went from like 4 damage to 8 damage. Twice as much damage. Which is, the health damage, straight health damage. And that stuff goes around like Padme's bonus protection and stuff. Same thing with Bad Batch. So now we can look. So let's look at the bottom. Again, it has a bunch of the crap you can buy. And look at 2 small stim packs. Not that I'm going to buy stim packs, but this one, it has all the tech in it, like I said it might have. Odds tech, Dauntless Courage tech, Hedged Bets tech. If you are struggling with a specific feat, these will really, really help your section. For example, the Dauntless Courage, whenever a Clone Trooper gains a buff that can't be dispelled, they also gain a stack of the Dauntless Courage, which is offense, crit damage, crit chance, health steal. So that's a good one. Hedged Bets is a great one for Scoundrel teams. Really, really great. So not a bad one to have. I again, don't normally use any of these ever, but for other people who don't have a 9 mil roster, these are the things that can make your team go from, good to great. So now we can choose either direction, because I want that middle one unlocked. So gas, first order, Night Sisters are going to get the jump on me probably. Not a super fan of that. So why don't we try this way? Yeah, Army Hutchings says, I use the Frenzy one for Sector 1 feat sometimes when I'm lazy. Exactly. If you do Boba Fett or Bosk, in Sector 1 for a lot of battles, you'll probably get it without needing to get it. But if you want to speed it up and be done with it, that's definitely the way to go. I would say you don't need it, just because you're going to have to do so many Bounty Hunter battles anyway, and you'll probably do them in the first section because those are the easiest battles. Wow. That was, I might need to bring Jolie into this one. That was 20 seconds and didn't take a turn. I don't know how anyone gets past these without, like, GLs, you know what I mean? Kind of crazy. I gotta sneeze. Thank God for mute, right? I remember years ago, 5 years ago, whatever, when I would do videos on my phone, I'd be sitting there, like, talking and playing and recording on the phone, and I'd be like, and I had no way of muting it, and so my video would just have me sneezing in the video. It's hilarious how far we've come. So funny. What was the other team? Night Sisters. Night Sisters suck. Let's see, what are we going to use for this team? Maybe we'll bring in a new team. Yeah. You don't want Han Solo to lose, that's right. You want to keep him alive. Let's do this. This is a go-to control team. Side note, this is where you can get stealth if you happen to have this team. Yeah, normally the GG Watt team works pretty good. You just have to make sure you're doing targeted controls. Otherwise, you'll kill everyone, including the leader. All right. Hurry up and finish taking your turns. Okay. So this guy, GeoBrute Alpha, is a little bit of a pickler. Let's go ahead and do this. Hurry up before he taunts. No, he's taunting. So because he's taunting, we're gonna swap turns. Almost killed him. Now we can do this. And then we can do the one shot on Grievous. As soon as she gets to take a turn. We'll armor shred you. Feed them a little bit of that. Let's kill him. And let's ability block. Man, they are working it. All this guy right here, B1 at like 400 speed. Oh, I need to go into ultimate. I need to go into ultimate. Oh, no, 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 no. I gotta go into ultimate before he dies. Boom. You can take ultimate early. A lot of people forget that. Oh, I did not because he had healing immunity or something. What's up? Why did that happen? Yeah, oh my goodness. I'm only at 50% though for this team. That's probably why I'm losing. Could you imagine if you didn't have these cards? We'll come back and clean this one up. What's up, Ram Bam? What's going on, dude? Got a fellow. Wow. My light keeps flickering. That's crazy. I don't think the electricity in this room is as good as it should be. All right, gas. I think we're going to... The problem with gas is if I use CLS... Everyone kills quickly, but they also lose their health quickly because of the refraction. They added that to this team a few back ago, making this a really terrible team to go against. They're going to definitely chew through my tank a little bit first before I get a chance. We're going to go ahead and do this. It is good if you have Cat, you do Padme lead or you do a JMK lead against these, and it's easy battles to win because she can just one-shot gas. And once gas is out of here, then you can focus on fives. We'll armor shred him. The team falls apart a little bit. Now, you still have to get through it before you lose someone, but let's see. They both have it, so it's not going to matter. Let's just kill one of them. Kill Echo. He's the higher damage dealer statistically. And then we're going to swap with GK, giving him the turn, because I can put Retribution on everyone. And now she's screwed if she attacks. We'll get at least one Retribution. Oh, she's going to die. If she dies, she dies. All right. Yeah, we're going to try to use the SWGOH team against that last node. We're going to come up here. And then, again, you can't kill Han, so you got to do single targets. Win with Darth Vader surviving. That should be pretty easy. So let's do that first. Let's try and do Empire. And we'll do... How about just in case? Just in case. Auto taunt for the just in case. There's a lot of AoE here, though. There's 3 AoEs. So it's going to be, there's one of them. Wow. I got to get my turn meter train going. Hopefully Shore can handle this without dying. Man. I only have her at 3 stars, too, by the way. Wow, they murdered me. All right. That was a good thought. But I got to get my turn meter train going. They're really ramped up damage-wise. Okay. I did use my SWGOH earlier, so it's not going to be at 100. But we can do this. Actually, we'll go Separatists. Find them all. Doop. Doop, doop. Doop and doop. Yeah, this is a good team for the first 3. The next 2... you have to use differing teams. In fact, there's a specific bounty hunter team that I use that as soon as you go, they get debuffed, you get turn meter, and you get to go, and they instantly, like, die. Don't want to use that here, though, because it will kill Han really fast. And I don't know why I was just targeting him. Whoops. Single target, kill him. Single target. Get him gone. Now we're going to come over here. I am going to do the AoE just to regenerate protection. It's going to hurt all of them, but he's going to be all right. Here we go. And then we're going to come over here. We're going to do the walk. Single target. We're going to do this. They can go ahead and AoE, which will kill the back. And then all we have to do is now kill this guy over to the left. There we go. Victory. And that's no hokey religion. That's hilarious. No hokey religion. All right. Yeah, easy peasy, lemon squeezy. You have to win without Darth Vader dying. I don't really, I mean, you get one here. You get one there, but I get one on the bottom. So, I mean, it looks like you get one extra Omicron. That does not seem like worth the value. I don't know. I know the whole point of that was they made Conquest miserable, and so you buy it so you can get faster everything, you know, these passes. The Conquest pass by itself, if you're going to spend $9, you might as well spend $29. You know what I mean? Like, the first one, you just get the rewards. In and of themselves, they're not good. I got this card last time around without even buying it. I just got it. It was just available. I didn't even use it. I just took it to have it because it was purple. It was cool. You get a few of these, but you get them naturally anyway as well, and I don't even use them normally anyway. So all you get is basically the energy regeneration, stamina regeneration, and a few extra rewards. I mean, if you're wanting to do, like, go halfway each time, it's going to accelerate everything else, but just hard pass on the pass. Yeah, the free disc switching should have been there. Let's see what we got offered. Yeah, this one works. Caustic Emission works when they gain 2 damage over time effects and burning at the start of their turn, which can't be resisted, but that's at the start of their turn. It's actually a single dot one, and it's blue, and we don't have it yet. It works sort of. It's not quite the same, but it's a good one to have in there. It's different than the Amplify Agony, but we could definitely replace Zealous Ambition down the road with it. It's just their initial turn that they take. Let's see really quick. I wanted a Vader team that would be fast enough to beat this, but I don't know. I don't know what team I want to take in for Vader. Take in Lord Vader, you're just going to kill everybody equally terribly. You could take in Kylo and focus fire. Let's see. Go Vader, and then just go some First Order. Because First Order should be able to survive. You only got to kill 4 people, so this should be pretty easy. Lord Vader's just going to sit there. 4 bags of sand. Oh, blind. I love that. It landed too. All that frickin' turn meter. Okay. Well, you got to die. And of course I'm blinded, so it's not going to work. But I only had a basic. We'll go ahead and do this. And what I want to do is get rid of all of that special buffs. Let's go ahead and do this. And now target you, and then move over here. And let's go ahead and go into Merciless. And we'll drop dots. Not a single. That's hilarious. And then we'll come back here, get rid of that AoE. And he'll die on his own. And he'll die. She'll die. She dies. She dies. Alright. We'll kill him. Man, that's a really fast team. Their speeds are probably like 600. Something nuts. And I already took that. Alright. We can come back and clean up the feats another day. We're now into Sector 4. And I always have, they wait so long in between these, I always have to wait to see what we get for feats again, because I always forget. There's another Volatile Accelerator and Amplify Agonies, and again, I have 2 Volatiles, and I have 2 Amplify Agonies. None of these are worth anything. Now, you could do a 3rd Amplify Agony. That really is overpowered, but I'm not going to apply that right now. But you could. And it makes the team even more impactful. So I want to look at both of these cards, so I'm going to have to go up top and pad me. Let's look at our feats really quick. I didn't bother to do that. Just to see. I always forget. I should have these things memorized by now. All right. Defeat 50 enemies with Empire units. Okay. 14 battles with full light side. That's going to happen. Critical hits. And inflicting potency down. Potency down, I think, is Yoda's basic. Pretty sure Yoda's basic, and I think he's one of like 2 characters that do that. So it's the Jedi and Lord Vader section. Okay, cool. So the thing with Vader defeating with units, Empire units, is you have to make sure that dots don't kill them, that it's the actual characters that kill them. And then let's see, with Vader, we're going to get crit hits. Yeah, you just have to... We can get at least 2 of them with just a basic Lord Vader team. We could put Yoda in the Lord Vader team if we wanted to, just to do more than 1. Empire. All right. Who else should we use? Yeah, this build, if you guys haven't seen this build, it's pretty the cards with this debuff heavy type of team. If you have a Galactic Legend that gets to go first, like a Fast Lord Vader, like mine's 575, something like that. It's pretty gross what happens. So they already have 10 debuffs. We're gonna go ahead and do the first turn, and he hurts himself really bad, but the game just froze because it's like, what is going on? And then they just die. Yeah. That's a kill. We want to make sure we actually get credit for the kill. So that was why I did basics. He does so much damage that it always puts him in critical mass, but he gets to go again and kills them all. Yeah, this should be one more battle. We should be able to. This one with Nest, you do get so many dots over her that eventually with Darth Vader, if you take Darth Vader, you can Culling Blade. Hello there. Well, hello there. Yeah, I have Darth Vader in there, so she's going to get mollywopped into oblivion. Don't die, don't die, don't die. Ugh, ugh. Yeah, you don't get credit for the death if they die like this. You gotta wait till you whop them. Palp lead, Lord Vader, Vader, Thrawn, and Royal Guard. That's a interesting team there. Still have Vader, but with the Palp lead, you get the turn meter. So that would work because you're still taking your fast character. Let's look at these. All right, there's a protection recovery, and I apparently have one protection recovery. I do not have, I didn't realize that. I must have picked it up in the second row. Insatiable, protection recovery, that's worse. So whenever you gain a buff, you gain protection. I like the one for health too. Once I have the one for health, we'll replace the other two. I suppose these are all green. I already have insatiable, thermal exhaust. I'm gonna have all these. I don't have evasive techniques, or I could get another protection recovery, so whatever. Okay, let's do that. Let's do Emperor Palpatine, just for the fun of it. For the turn meter. Not that we need it. This is so overpowered, it's gross. What I need is to be able to actually kill them and not have them just auto die. Yeah, a couple of viewers suggest an EP lead, so we'll have fun. We'll do that. I'm just, like I said, hoping that they don't die too quickly. Oh, look at that. They're faster than my Lord Vader. They're going to town. All right, we'll do debuffs for the turn meter. Thank you. Let's see. Yeah, we'll do a basic on her. This should kill her. Look at the stacks. 64 stacks already. Then we'll go to you, my friend. We'll do the dropping of the dots. Then we'll do the Merciless Massacre. And we'll just do some basics. Throw this to get turn meter. Drop more dots. Die. We gotta kill you before you take a turn. And we gotta kill you before you take a turn. And let's stun you. And kill you. Kill you until you die from it. That does give a little bit more control over actually killing them versus them just falling flat dead because of the turn meter gain. So you actually get the credit for the kills. Because the dots do really all the damage. Don't give you a chance. So yeah, we're already, there's 10. And then 200, we're at 35. So that works. I did earn the next section down here. I'm really maxing these out. I'm at 3270. I've had to buy some superficial crap to stay under the 3,500 because when you hit 3,500, I actually accidentally had 35 at 35, didn't realize it, and then did a battle and lost 20 because you just max out. So I've had to try and keep myself underneath, and So I bought, I think in section 1, I bought some of the 3rd slicing material or whatever. I don't remember, but it's so dumb. All right, Mon Mothma. Very first 100 purchase, since we're doing a stream, I'll do that. I try to alternate my days. I'll do the 100s on one day, and then none of the 100s on another day, and then 100s on the other day. Army Hutchings. I've just been getting relic stuff to stay under. That's what I'm doing. Relic, the 3rd relic one, the blue relic piece that's the most difficult to get. What is going on? Yeah, first time chat. That's awesome, Army Hutchings. Master Kylo FX. What's up? What's going on? All right. We've got this going. Let's drop dots for turn meter. Don't die. Please. Let's go into Merciless just so I can do basics and get the kills. That's so messed up. They almost all died immediately. She'll go away. That was really wicked against them. They were, they couldn't handle those dots at the beginning. I wonder if we add one more, how much worse it gets for them. Let's do it. Arrows down. I think it's that one. No, that's thermal exhaust. That's thermal exhaust. I think there it is. Amplify agony and take zealous ambition out. Now we got a white, a green, and a blue amplify agony. Oh man. What's up, Master Kylo? All right, we'll go in here. Let's just grab another protection recovery. Don't need it. And Ray, like 500. Yeah, it's gonna be Master Kylo. It's gonna be insane. Yes, it will. It should, because it's even more off the beginning. Wow, BB-8 beat my team. That's crazy. And Darth Vader's almost dead already. Holy Lord. We found their kryptonite. Yeah, I don't want to. That's a 700 speed BB-8, I know, right? Oh my gosh. That was interesting. Let's change that up just a little bit. Yeah, their kryptonite is stamina related for sure. Let's retry this though. Let's just try and do like, and let's do this. Well, 60% isn't that bad. Yeah, it's not. A couple of them are that low. A couple of them are at 80%, I think, so I should still be all right. Just gotta survive the initial onslaught. Man, that is a fast team. I guarantee in the first Conquest, the teams were not ramped up like this. There's no freaking way. None of them had this kind of speed. They're like, we need you to spend the $30 pack. It always freezes when he does that. No, don't die, don't die, don't die. Oh. Dots killed them. Oh, well, I got through that node. That was a terrible node, by the way. If you didn't have Galactic Legends, you should just be on normal mode. I think normal mode is more equivalent to the original hard mode Galactic Conquest is what I think. Army says, 100% agreed. They really ramped up the speed. I wish we could see their speed in each node. I really do too. I wish you could click on the character and look at their stats. That really should be the way that they do it. It's not really fair that they don't show us that. Moff Gideon, if he gets a turn, will cripple the team as well. These guys died pretty quickly earlier. Without Vader to target specific characters, makes it a little more difficult. We're getting so much turn meter. All right, Lord Vader, it's your turn. Let's do this. So much turn meter. Such little damage. Wow, I'm already at my ultimate. Ability block, which I need them to have. And then let's actually have his damage do the kill. There we go. Boom. Yeah, triple tank Lord Vader works really, really well for teams like that. They survive long enough, he actually gets a turn. At 600 speed, he's almost 600 speed, and he still doesn't get a turn right away. That is nuts. That really is. All right, we're almost there to be able to see it. Like I said, I always tell people, this top one is the one I go for. It either has the medium stim packs or better cards. This one always has small stim packs and worse cards. So I don't know why they do that, but the second node, I think they do that because they feel like not everyone's going to go on the bottom. But we'll look at them just to see. So, Night Sisters. 40%. We can do this. 40%. It's just Night Sisters. Watch the Night Sisters totally unload and destroy me. Come on. Come on. It's all right. We have health growth, so we should be able to shirk that ourselves. Oh, wow. Look at all that insane protection. Let's come over here and kill them. If it didn't, I was going to do another attack on her, but that works. They died. If they die, they die. All right, now I'll show you these things. So here, there you go. So it's basic crap in here. But if you go to the bottom, oh, they switched it up, small stim packs, and they put the medium on the bottom. That's the first time I've ever seen them do that trickery. I wonder if they're like listening and they're like, oh, crap. We're always putting it in wrong. Because I always check these, and the mediums are in the middle and the smalls are on the bottom. But this time it's actually switched up. That's why I do the whole looky-loo. Okay. Vader lead. Interesting. I bet you this is an absolute massacre. They're going to get to go first. Vader is going to be like 1,000 speed. Do hits of like 60,000. At least it's not EP lead. It's all right, fractured needs nothing. Oh my gosh. Did you see that damage? Holy crap. That was insane damage that came out of that team. That was absolutely insane. They're just all going to die now. I don't get credit for any of them. Oh my gosh. That was absolutely crazy. So he gets like 20% turn meter, I think, with EP there as a special, unique. So he could be 600 speed, and that puts him up to like 800 speed or something crazy. 720 speed. That's nuts. And we'll stop there for the day. We're gonna do a story time. But I am going to get up to do these, but that's about halfway. I got through basically one whole section. The second half is Sector 3, the first half is Sector 4. And we're going to do story time because I want to definitely get story time in before 1. It's 1 p.m. my time, basically, and I want to get that busted out. So let's move over to... Yeah, I was like, oh, we can do transitions. That's pretty neat. So... Gotta flip the hat. Gotta flip the hat. All right, story time is interesting. I had some friends over, and one of them was like, he was like, I do a lot of running, and last year I ran 700 miles, and I was like, wow. I have had a couple of years like that where I ran that many miles. In fact, when I was in BUDS, which is Basic Underwater Demolition Seals, Class 211, we ran to our meal, and then ran back from our meal. And we had to do that 4 times a day because we had regular meal, breakfast, lunch, dinner, and mid-rats, which was midnight rations. And so you'd end up running 4 times, and it's like 2 miles each time. So you ran 8 miles a day just to eat. So I've had years where I put on 700 miles easy. But he was talking to me, and he was telling me, he's someone who's really caring about taking care of himself. And he spent last year, and he said at the beginning of the year, I'm going to do 700 miles. I'm going to run 700 miles, and he did it. And so we got to talking about what his next goal is going to be and where he's going to go. And he's like, I am going to do a marathon, 26.2 miles, a marathon. That's what I'm going to train for. And by the end of the year, I'll do a marathon. I thought, man, that's amazing. And he asked me, have you ever done a marathon? And I have, incidentally. So it starts in Tijuana, Mexico. That's where my marathon started. I went with a friend who was very well off. He actually inherited about $8.6 million from his dad's death. His dad was involved in the Southern California Mafia. It is a thing. If you don't know it exists, you do now. But he inherited that money, and the military, once he inherited the money, actually put him on disenrollment, like to get him out, was going to give him an honorable hardship, because taking care of millions of dollars is a full-time job, and they don't want you in the military. It's a conflict of interest at that point in their eyes. So he was being unenrolled, unenrolled for that. And so, but he had a lot of money, and so he often took us out to go do stuff or whatever. And he actually bought this is kind of another story time, but he bought himself a Porsche. If you haven't heard this story, I'll tell it more in detail later, but totaled it the first day he had it. He bought it cash. It was a really fun trip. And he totaled that damn thing. And so he had no license. He lost his license right off the bat, and he needed someone to drive. So I became the chauffeur, but the deal was, if I chauffeur you everywhere, then you pay for everything, since you're the rich guy. So Army says he remembers the Porsche story. So there you go. Yeah, he totaled it. Well, anyway, same guy. So we go to Tijuana. We were spending time, and horribly, he gets wrapped up in a bait and switch situation where he thought he was getting a prostitute, and he got something else. I'm not even going to go there right now. We'll try and keep it PG-13. But in that process, he ended up getting robbed and a bunch of other stuff. And I didn't know this. I wasn't with him, and I didn't know where he went. And I didn't have any money. I had my ID on me, and that was it. So I'm on Revolution Boulevard. If you've ever been to Tijuana, that's where everything happens. It's about 3 miles from the border. And then I think it's 3 miles to Revolution Boulevard. We walk it, but after you party and you've been drinking and you're inebriated, walking alone at midnight is not something you do. Those 3 miles where everybody gets, killed, robbed, stabbed. I mean, this is a terrible spot to be by yourself, but I couldn't find him, and I had no money, and I was like, I have got to make it to the tram. There's a trolley that goes between downtown San Diego and the border, back and forth on trolley tracks. And I was like, if I can just get there, I can sneak in, and then I'll tell them I'll pay them when I get there or whatever. But I don't care if they kick me off 10 miles down the road, I'll be 10 miles closer to my goal. So I jog. I mean, we could call it running, but it's really jogging. It's a slow paced jog. And I would normally run a mile. If I was going to be doing, 2 or 3 miles, I'd probably run them in 7 or 8 minutes. I'm not like, we never ran like super fast. It was never about the speed. It was about consistency of the run. I know there are people that can run, these things in like three hours and stuff. It's nuts. But I knew I had 26 potential miles ahead of me. So I jogged to the border, which was 3 miles. As soon as I got to the border, it was like 1:03. And I saw the last tram leaves at 1:00 at the time. And it's pulling away from like where McDonald's is and stuff and starting to go north. And I'm like, no. So I asked, I was like, is this the last one? And they're like, yeah. So I ended up getting on the trolley tracks, and the trolley tracks are another 23.5 miles to San Diego. And so I ended up jumping on the trolley tracks because I knew they weren't running trolleys for the next, 7 hours, 6 hours. And I jogged on the trolley tracks at about a 12 to 14 minute a mile pace. Remember, this is 26.5 miles that I had to run that night, and ran on the trolley tracks inebriated. Probably not the smartest thing I think I've ever done in my life. Probably one of the least smart. But I knew where the trolley tracks took me, and I didn't want to be on the highway. The highway was way more dangerous because there was a million cars driving up and down at all times. So I literally jogged 12 to 14 miles an hour up the trolley tracks nonstop, never stopped until I got downtown. And then when I got downtown, I followed the tracks to my base because my base was very near the trolley tracks. And I got home. It took me from 1 to I think it was 7:30. So it took me like 6.5 hours, which equates to about a 14 mile an hour pace jog, which is slow jog. But again, I was inebriated, and I never stopped. I just kept running. And so when I got back to the base, called in sick that morning. I was sick mentally and physically from that run and the drinking and all that. I was definitely stone cold sober by the time I got to the thing. But I ended up sleeping for literally 2 days straight after that. And I remember thinking to myself, never again. So the biggest lesson for me is never go anywhere under the auspice that someone's going to pay for everything. Even if they do, you should always still have the ability to take care of yourself and find a ride and things like that. So always have backup money in your wallet or whatever, because I tell you what, that was a really dangerous situation I put myself in by not having even, $5 for a trolley or the mind to leave a little earlier. But I did. I had to run 3 miles through Tijuana to get to the border, and then another almost 24 miles back to my base. So it was definitely over and I tell you what, I don't want to do that again. It was a horrible experience. And when people bring up running a marathon, I'm like, why would someone do the torture to themselves like that? Why would you voluntarily sign up for that? I don't know, but he's super excited. I'm happy for him, and I think goals are important. So as always, I appreciate you guys coming on, hearing crazy, weird, silly stories, and hopefully you learn something from my idiocy from my past. As always, I appreciate you guys coming on, doing a little Conquest. I am going to be hopefully building a video in the next couple days specific to the CAM mission, because I've been doing the CAM missions for a lot of guilds, helping them, and it's a lot of work doing the CAM missions. So I'm going to build a video, and then I'll show you guys what that is, so you guys can have that. That'll be over on YouTube, so you guys can have that, and you can share it with your guild, and hopefully you guys will get much higher completions on the CAM guild, or on the CAM mission. So as always, I appreciate you coming on, hanging out, and as always, keep your gaming on. Warrior out.